Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Caroline Kihugu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, asante sana for keeping me company and keeping me motivated. You people are my friend. I did a video about how to start investing in stock exchange, and we also did how much you need to start investing in stock exchange. And in case you missed that, it's a video I did before. Kindly go back and check. And we said mostly one of the major things you need are the CDS account to identify your broker, a little bit of money or some money or a lot of money. All that depends with the amount of shares you need to buy. And go back and check. And today, one of you asked me to do a video concerning why I should invest in real estate and not in other businesses or not in other investments. And I hope I answer some of the reasons, and I hope you feel motivated. Before we do that, let's check on the kind of investments you can do. And there are two types of investors, and one is the day trading. That is somebody who buys and sells their stocks or their shares in a day. That is somebody who will buy them in the morning and maybe sell them later on before the day ends. That's a day trader. And the other one is a long-term investor, and that is someone who will buy shares, hold them, and let them grow over time, and then sell them maybe after some months or after a year. That's a long-term trader. Some of you would ask, why would I be a long-term trader where I can make money daily? Well, one reason is because if you do not have enough knowledge concerning the day trader, please don't risk it, because you'll be like a gambler. You're not a trader then, you are like a gambler. You just investing because somebody else told you to invest, and someone else told you can do it today and make money, without evaluating some of the risks that you could lose money. And most of us do not account for the brokers' charges. So if you don't account for such things, if you do your calculations, you might end up losing a lot of money. So one of the reasons as to why people would prefer going for long-term investing is, one, because you do not have the knowledge. Two, because when you make it long-term, you are more likely to earn more dividends, to make more money in the long run, unlike, well, it is done daily. But then those who do daily and know it, most of them do make a lot of money because they already know how to do it. So if you want to be a daily trader, one thing is just learn how to do it. Someone would ask, who should buy shares, or who should start trading? And anybody can do it, but before you consider trading, first of all, you need to have an emergency fund account. That is in case of sickness, in case you lose your job and you need to have some money to survive for a while, for some months. One, you need to create an emergency fund account. Another person who should invest is one who already have enough information as to how this stock exchange, or even in Kenya, that is the NSE. Most of us, we trade through the NSE, and you need to first of all know how it is working. Seek information, no more. Just don't go rushing. Never invest in something you do not understand. So once you have the emergency fund and you already have information and you already identified the kind of shares you need to buy, then you can go on ahead and start buying. And of course, you need to have the money to start investing. If you already have all those and you need to start buying, there are things you need to know before you start buying the shares. What kind of shares, that is, what kind of shares should you buy? And you need to ask yourself this: why should I buy these shares? Why do I have to buy Safaricom shares over KPLC or over any other company? Well, we advise never to buy shares from a company we do not like, not to buy shares from a company we do not know what they do or how they do their dealings. Always have information on the kind of company you're buying from. And mostly, like Safaricom, if you're using their Safaricom lines and you know they serve your purpose, then why not buy them? But if you buy something you do not know how they do or how they deal, then chances are you might lose your shares, you might lose your money. Sorry, not shares, you might lose your money, because you do not know how they do their dealings. And most of us just go buy because we are told to buy, and we do not follow up. What if the company collapses tomorrow? Like, for example, Uchumi has been down for so long, and maybe you just went and buy Uchumi shares without realizing they have been down for long, and maybe they have not. Okay, let me not use Uchumi because I do not want them to come after me. What if you went ahead and bought shares and the company collapses and you do not have information about it? Then you lose a lot of money and you will go complaining, these shares, people are scam, so do what? Simply because you did not do your homework. So you should never buy shares from a company you do not know anything about, and do not buy shares from a company you do not like. One mistake we do while doing any kind of investments, not just with stock exchanges, investing in something we do not understand. Never invest in anything we do not understand. Number 2, always have a plan. Don't just go invest because everybody is investing. And like, for example, one big mistake I did while I started investing in stock exchanges, everybody was talking about it, and I thought, everybody is talking about it, what is this stock exchange, how do I invest it? So I went ahead, invested. I did not have emergency fund, and it got this time I was supposed to pay for my exams. I didn't have enough, so I went on ahead, sold my shares at a loss. That was last year actually. I sold them at a loss because I had to pay for my exams, which means I never planned enough for that investment, because if I did, I would have known that 1, I need to pay my exam, 2, I need to have an emergency fund, and 3, I need to plan before investing. How much do I want to invest and for how long? So that is a big mistake we do, most of us. Well, after knowing all that, then the question was, why should I invest in stock exchange other than something like real estate or the Matatu vehicle? And 1, it's because with a stock exchange you do not need a lot of money to start investing. And okay, depends with the shares you want to buy, because some needs a lot of money, while some don't need a lot of money. And let's say company X is selling their shares at 2 bob. What you need to know is that if you need to buy shares, you always need, they do not have a minimum or maximum amount of money you need to buy shares, but then they do have a minimum number of shares you need to buy, because you always need to buy from 100 shares. So if a company X is selling their shares at 2 bob, then that is 2 shillings by 100. That is around 200 shillings plus your broker's fee. So that will be 200 plus the broker's fee. If company Y is selling their shares at 100 bob, then that means it's 100 times 100, which is 10,000. So there is no amount of money needed to start buying shares. But then I don't think any other kind of investment I don't think you can start investing with such little amount with any other investments. You can not buy a house with 10,000 shillings or with 200 shillings. You cannot buy a vehicle with 200 shillings or 10,000 shillings, depending on the number of shares you want to buy. And I think that is the cheapest kind of investment anybody can make, buying shares. You can never start a company with 10,000 shillings or 200 shillings. I don't think it's possible. Another reason as to why you should buy shares is because it's making you money. Unlike when you are saving it in a bank, in just a normal bank account, which if you do the math, sometimes it's even decreasing or losing value because of the transactions and the rest. Another reason is because you're partially owning the company. For example, I remember, is it called, okay, why am I forgetting these names? Jesus. I'm so tired. I've just come from work. It's on Friday, and you know how my Fridays are. I do garbage collection on Friday, so I think my mind is all over the place. And there was this company, RTG. Okay, there is this company that was conducting their AGM the other last week. Is it last week or last week but one? Either of the 2 weeks. Either last week or last week but one. And I remember they were doing their AGM, plus they were electing their leaders. And we did vote online. That felt so good. It was the first time I did take part in voting for or electing leaders of a company, so that felt so nice. It felt like I was part of it. It felt like I was so relevant to the company. And looking back, I feel like, well, I am part of something, so I am partially owning that company because my shares are there along with other people, many people. Another one is, unlike in real estate or in matatu industry or matatu industries, transport industry, for those of you who do not understand Swahili, unlike in such industries like the real estate and transport industry, you do not, in real estate, you do not have to keep dealing with people. And dealing with people sometimes is so exhausting, like always reminding them to pay for your services or to pay rent. Here you just need your phone or computer, internet, keep tracking how your shares are going. And for those of you who are introvert and do not like dealing with people a lot, this is one of the best investments for you. But as we said before, do your investigations before. Anybody who would like to add on the reasons as to why you should invest in real estate, and feel free to comment below. And let's keep educating each other, let's keep advancing our knowledge, let's keep growing together. Till next time, bye.